Today, we're building Team Avatar in Baldur's Gate 3, translating the world of bending into their approximate D&D equivalents as best we can along the way.
All right! Team Avatar is back! Air, water, earth, fire, fan and sword!
Sorry to the Zuko and Suki fans, we can only have a party of 4, but don't worry, I have something special planned for them that we'll get to later. We already went over how to play Aang, so check the link if you missed that one. Today, we're diving in to fill out the rest of Team Avatar, starting with Toph Beifong. No, we're not waiting until Act 2 to pick up this earthbending master. She's joining the team right from the beginning in our version because, well, adaptions are hard.
My name is Aang, and I'm the Avatar.
While technically a human like everyone in the Avatar-verse, in my last video I said Toph's character would translate pretty well into a big muscly half-orc.
I wouldn't have cast it any other way.
This gives the benefit of 40 feet of dark vision, and even though Toph is supposed to be blind, there aren't really mechanics in BG3 to play that out, and Toph is actually pretty perceptive thanks to her bending abilities. So we'll be playing up that idea in this build with the tools that we have. We also get relentless endurance, so we're harder to take down, and savage attacks for extra damage when we're doing melee attacks for when we're punching with our metal fists. For class, I'm thinking we'll start in Barbarian, even though I could see going with Fighter, or even a Monk abilities could fit in this, but I think we'll stay with a strength-based, rock-throwing Barbarian. And of course, Toph has the noble background.
The Beifong family. They're the richest people in town, probably the whole world.
For our ability scores, we'll be maxing out Strength and Constitution at a +3 and bumping our Wisdom up to 14 so we can make sure our perception checks are as high as they can be. Taking proficiency in Perception and also Athletics, which helps us resist being shoved because good luck moving a powerful earthbender.
Rock is a stubborn element. If you're going to move it, you've got to be like a rock yourself.
From there, we'll just need to find a look that fits from the BG3 options available to us. I wonder how we should do her hair. Usually, she has the headband with the balls at the end, but maybe something more like this gives the spirit of that look, but, you know, just in a hairstyle. Of course, we need the right milky eye look for her blind eyes, and Toph has kind of a round nose, it looks like, so let's pick the best face to match that. And for skin tone, I don't know, I mean, we could try to make it look more human, or since she reps the Earth Kingdom green, maybe leave the orcish green a little bit. You can let me know in the comments before I post the next video for this or any of the other builds. If you have any suggestions, I can take those into account before we actually get to the playthrough with these characters if we want to make a few tweaks. Oh, and thanks for watching. This channel is brand new, so I hope you enjoy watching, and if you like the video, give it a like. Any engagement is super appreciated. Next up, we have our boy Sokka.
They call me Sokka, that is, in the water tribe.
I think we'll go with human here. Sokka's not a bender, just a regular, non-magical guy.
I'm just the guy in the group who's regular.
For class, I'm drawn to Ranger. They get some spell casting though, so let's just see if we can justify a True Strike for Sokka's accuracy, sure.
I know how to get an angle on him.
But Beastmaster, he does have a way with animals. We can change our subtype through the Natural Explorer from Beast Tamer to Wasteland Wanderer Cold. Feels more appropriate for the cold resistance it gives us, thanks to our Southern Water Tribe upbringing. And instead of Mage Breaker for the True Strike cantrip, I feel like Bounty Hunter, not in name, but because it gives proficiency in Investigation, which is on theme for Sokka.
That means...
Shh, I want to solve it!
In terms of background, despite what he says, Sokka is not a noble.
You're a princess, huh? You know, back in my tribe, I'm kind of like a prince myself.
Prince of what?
A lot of things.
Maybe Soldier would fit him?
We fight to the last man standing.
I gotta pee.
But really, I feel Outlander is the best choice to represent Sokka's upbringing in his small tribe among the tundras of the South Pole. For our ability proficiencies, we can take Stealth.
Sneak attack!
Sokka, sneak attacks don't work if you yell it out loud.
Insight and Perception.
I'm sorry. Please.
Aha!
And Persuasion, I think, are all good options for Sokka.
What are you doing here? I was just telling this dirty lowlife what I think of him.
Well, you'll have to do that later.
Definitely not nature, though.
There's water trapped inside these.
I don't know.
And look! Oh, I feel woozy.
You've been hallucinating on cactus juice all day, and then you just lick something you find stuck to the wall of a cave?
I have a natural curiosity.
For ability scores, we're prioritizing dexterity. Sokka is a finesse, not a strength-based fighter, and otherwise, wisdom and intelligence I think are our best next stats to represent his planning and strategy smarts.
You're the idea guy.
So I'm the only one who can ever come up with a plan? That's a lot of pressure.
Which is why you might be shouting at me to go back and choose fighter instead of ranger, so that at level 3 we can become a battle master, and I agree. So we'll definitely be going that way eventually as we level up. Good point. But for now, we just have to pick out the right look for our Sokka approximation. Taking a look at his picture, we can try and go for the ponytail.
Here's your produce ponytail guy.
I used to be boomerang guy.
But I think this top knot looks more like the show from the options we have available. And Sokka has blue eyes, which completes our concept for him. Finally, we have the number 1 bae, Katara. We'll be going half elf to represent her innate magics as a bender, while keeping her close to her human brother, so just the half elven and wood elf subtype seem the most fitting to me. For our background, I feel like folk hero fits Katara best. Standing up for the common people and challenging tyrants is totally her vibe.
You don't know me, but I know of you. Some of you may think that the Fire Nation has made you powerless, but they can't take away your courage. And it is your courage they should truly fear.
Katara is going to be our spellcaster, but we need to think about how to get good water bending spells, so I'm looking at sorcerer. We have to make sure that we only pick spells that fit our water bending theme. Right away we get some cantrips like Bone Chill, which deals necrotic damage, but maybe that's kind of like blood bending abilities. And Acid Splash, well, that's close enough to water, just caustic. Ray of Frost is perfect, but we can't take Shocking Grasp because lightning is a firebending ability. So let's take Mage Hand to represent when we can grab things with water. First level spells, Ice Knife and Fog Cloud work perfectly for waterbending abilities. And in terms of subclass, I feel like I gotta go with Storm Sorcery here. But wait, Katara also uses waterbending for healing, so what if we went to the Cleric? Tempest Domain makes sense if we would have chosen Storm Sorcery, but it does lightning and thunder damage, so I think our Cleric levels, we want to be leaning into the healing aspects and go with Life Domain to boost those abilities. Of course, as a Cleric, we must choose a deity, and what better than the Goddess of the Moon?
Can you feel the power the full moon brings?
The waterbenders draw their power from the moon.
For our Cleric cantrips, we can't be taking Sacred Flames, so Guidance, Resistance, and Thaumaturgy feel like our best options thematically. And level 1 spells, Guiding Bolt does Radiant, which feels more firebendery. I'll justify Inflict Wounds, necrotic damage again as bloodbending powers, and of course we have to take Create and Destroy Water. Life Domain already gives us preparations for Cure Wounds, so we'll pick up Healing Word for more water healing, and I guess Sanctuary is kind of like surrounding yourself in a big ice bubble, maybe? For our stats, we'll max out our Wisdom and Charisma, as our spellcasting multiclass will end up using both, which means we'll just be average at about everything else, making sure we pick up at least a +2 in Dexterity to get the best out of any medium armor we pick up. For skill proficiencies, I think we should pick Medicine for more of the healer vibes over Religion, which is more of the spirit world vibes, and of course Katara knows her history.
Long ago, the 4 nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Getting Katara's look just right also might be a challenge. She has the same skin tone and eye color as her brother, but the hair loops are gonna be tricky.
Why did you give me Momo's ears?
Those are your hair loopies.
Nothing quite fits perfectly here, but I think we'll go with this look as maybe the closest to her style. And there we have it. Team Avatar is ready to start their adventure. But, oh wait, because these are each their own custom PC, each one is going to need a Guardian too. Join me next time to find out who we'll be pairing up as we create our Guardians with the other Avatar cast members before we finally start our journey to save the world. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. See you next time.